All right, first thing first, you want to make sure your hands are clean. You put on your clean gloves. Don't skip the step because this is really important when you're working on a client. You're also dealing with the bloodborne pathogens. Right now we're doing mapping, but still, like microflora, things like that, you want to be careful. For the prevention of cross-contamination, I'm going to clean our brows. I'm using a green soap on cotton round. This does help the skin to disinfect and get any makeup off. You can get green soap off of Amazon. That is where I order mine from. Okay, I'm going to use one more cotton round here, the center. She does have quite a bit of hairs, which is going to be amazing for the blend. Yeah, and her hair is dark. Her features are kind of like a medium tone, so we need a bit of a darker brows, and this is why she felt like she could benefit from the service. Okay. Let's go ahead and clean up with the alcohol pad to get any oil. Go ahead and close your eyes for me to get any excess oils off. Suppose you are not using gloves and you are cleaning her brows, what would happen is you see my gloves are getting dirty, your hands would get dirty, and you'll probably be touching your phone, touching the other things, that even realizing that you have been doing a cross-contamination. Okay, so that is good. Let it dry. Okay, well, now that it is clean, I'm going to brush our hairs up and see if they want to sit up. When I brush her hairs up, what I see is the front hairs, they definitely go up, but then these from here to here, they just want to stay where they are. And to find our pattern, we did discuss on how to find a pattern. So we have to check how her top hairs are flowing or top hairs are coming. And I do see the top hairs are kind of coming towards the bottom right here. She doesn't really have a spine. I do see her spine being here. Like all these hairs are kind of accumulated right here. So this would definitely be a downward pattern. The same thing, she doesn't really have a spine. Her spine kind of comes down here. But since her hairs are low sparse here, we could probably do this as a middle pattern. I think that's gonna look really pretty because what I see here is a little bit of hairs coming from the bottom, going out. So if you get clients like this, you could either choose downward or middle pattern. If I were to choose downward or middle, I would definitely choose middle because it just looks more prettier. Okay, so that is how we choose the front. We don't really care about the front to pick a pattern, mainly from here to here. I see all these hairs are coming here, so it's definitely going down. All these hairs are coming here, going down. And since we don't have like an exact spine, I would do middle spine. Okay, now that we know what pattern to use, I will go ahead and do some mapping on her. This time I'm picking a white ink thread to show you varieties. Last time I did was black thread, and this time I'll do white. It's going straight. Okay, so this doesn't have any ink here. I'm just showing you to find till middle part right there. So this is how you find. Make sure the center is the center of the bridge of her nose right there. Here, and the front, she has really good front. We don't want to get any closer than where she has her brow hairs to start off with. The height, again, if you're not really sure about the height, you want to ask your client, do you like it arched? But this is why the inspo pictures are really, really helpful. Inspo picture had a bit of an arch. I'm also gonna ask, like, if I'm not really sure, I'm gonna ask her, do you like an arch? Do you want to have some arch on your brows?
A small one's fine.
Right? Okay. And there are like varieties of arches too. Like if you really want to come down to one specific like the arch, like the softness of it, you can ask, do you like it angled? Do you like it pointy? Do you like it softer? Do you like it more straight? So if you ask a bunch of questions, it is going to be pretty clear, and also your clients are going to feel more comfortable knowing that you are kind of coming down to the detailing. Okay, so here I do see this one sits a little bit more higher than this one. Is that true?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so that is true. This is where, before you jump on with the inked thread, I would definitely have you do this so you get a better understanding of how her brows sit. If you were to do with the ink, so even before you understand how her brows sit, you're already making a big mess. So you wanna do a little mock-up on, okay, well, this is how it looks. I like how they sit, and then, okay, the tail comes here. So you have rehearsed your lines, then you go in with a thread that has ink, white or black ink. Right now I'm using white. It's more cleaner. So I might be blocking you, but I'm gonna have her straight right here, and there. This looks straight to me. There. Okay, and just come to the front, check everything out, and if you're sure that it looks straight, or if you're like, I don't know, it looks straight to me, but I'm gonna ask her to get her opinion on this, go ahead and ask. All right, take a look and see if this line looks straight to you. Mm-hmm. Okay, so this does confirm that the line looks straight for both of us. And again, when you have like this small step that I asked her about the line, how do you feel? Good, right? You feel like, okay, well, we are starting off really good here. So if you were to make a line and you're kind of a little confused, they can sense that you are a little nervous here. So you also want to get that out of the table, clear everything out, and because building or kind of doing something to client's face, they also have to understand the step-by-step process where they know and feel more comfortable with. Okay, that looks good. And I'm gonna come here, there. So now we have this, the front, there. Okay, that looks good to me. Okay. All right, go ahead and check these lines and see if they look even to you.
I think so, yes.
Okay, so go ahead and do that as well. You don't have to do with every lines that you place, but again, these lines are really, really, really important for us to get further on the steps. We're gonna check the height here. Okay, I'm gonna come to the front a little bit. Okay, that looks good. Here, this looks good. I'm going to get more out. Perfect. And let's do the start here. And let's do the bottom right here. How are your eyes? You good? You good? Okay, if you feel like I'm bothering you, you can close them too. Okay, that looks good. Now we have to find our arch, and this is where the golden ratio can be really helpful. I don't really rely on the golden ratio all the time, but sometimes I do. Like suppose right now I could probably use that, so I will have my arch placed right there. So center of her cupid's bow, center of her nose, then come right here. And I'm going to put more paste on it. So I got the paste out and And do this. This is pretty easy and quicker than having a pre-inked thread. Pre-inked thread are very messy and they're super inked. Cleanup can be a lot more messier. Going in with our arch right there. I can see it better now. Arch right there. So I know with the golden ratio, this is where we have placed our arches. We also want to make sure that does this look even with the measurement. Okay, let's go ahead and find that out. Going to place this, let's do right here. Okay. We have here at B, we have here at B. So it does work on her. And this is how you just make sure that whatever steps that you're doing, you don't have to redo it again. And let's go ahead and connect our front with our arch right there. Connect our front with our arch right there. And this is where you get to see how her brows sit. Like this one sits a lot more higher than this one. We have to fill in more lines here and probably fill in more lines on the bottom here. I'm going to turn her this way so you get to see it. And our tail would come right there. And let's make this soft. Okay. So with the golden ratio, our tail sits about here. But we don't want the tail to be very long. So let's do C. I'm going to turn you this way. And let's do here. And where's our C? Okay, C right here. Okay, the first C. All right, that is good. We're going to soften this out. Having her straight and going to open your eyes now. Okay, now that we have our top part done, we're going to connect from the bottom, go up a little so it's not so thick. You see how her hairs get a little bit thicker here, then also gets a lot more thicker, then tapers down. We are going to thicken this, taper this, and get a really nice arch. Okay, are you going to close your eyes? And our end, the bottom would be here, there. When I do with black pencil or black thread, most of my clients get really scared of how big the shape looks, but what I have noticed is when I do with a white thread, they're not as scared. So if you're a beginner, I definitely would recommend using a white thread. And also it's not as messy as the black one. Okay, now that we have this line right here, it is not as clean. We're going to clean that out later. Okay, this is where I want to place. Connect this to here. Okay, this is starting to look very thick to me as I'm shaping. We need to work on that for sure. Go ahead and turn this way. Okay, I'm taking this tape off. So this is our base brow framing or brow mapping. I still have a lot more cleanup to do, make these lines look a bit more sharper. Go ahead and close your eyes for me. I will sharpen all these lines with my white pencil. Again, when I'm working with the pencil, I'm not just working with one hand, I'm also using my other hand to stretch. Stretching is really important throughout the process. Okay, and this one looks a bit lighter. Going to darken, and I'm working very smaller sections, so I'm not going from here to there too quickly. I'm going in and I'm wiggling my pencil, just wiggle here, just kind of back and forth. I'm gonna turn it a little bit here. Okay, and I'm gonna stretch this up. And let's go ahead and clean up a few hairs that we don't really need and are a little thicker. Okay, this also does help get you that clean looking line. Okay, there. This bra doesn't have a lot of hair, so just very small cleanup. But this bra has a lot more hairs on the top. So we're going to clean this out. So tell your client that she has to maintain the shape by cleaning wherever you cleaned if she wants a cleaner look. If that doesn't bother her, then just that's fine. But mention that too. Okay, I'm going in with my thread again. Get that front and the bottom. That's top. I'm gonna turn her. Okay, that looks good. Our tail would end right here. Alright, so this one needs a bit more cleanup from the bottom here. Suppose while cleaning up you cleaned a bit too much hairs, it's okay. The hairs will always grow back within a week. Just let your clients know. If they felt like you cleaned more than what you wanted. Okay, I'm going to clean these lines here. And I'm using brush with a green soap. Sometimes the oiliness from the skin will make the lines look a bit thicker. And that is what I'm experiencing here. So this is why I'm going to clean it around and make it look more sharper. Are you going to open your eyes for me? Okay. I'm going to close them, that's fine. And turn her, and let's do this. When you're cleaning, you don't want to go like this. You have to be very intentional. Start from the bottom and push up, just like that, and out. Okay, as I'm wiping, I feel like my lines are starting to disappear on this one. So I'm gonna have to redo it again. It's the bottom line, but it's okay. Okay, just clean up here, and we are going to move on with the sketching process. And after that, we'll check some color for her, and then start our 3D Nano process. If this takes a little bit longer, just let your clients know, well, I'm doing this, and this is why it's taking longer. Just don't be so nervous at all, because the shaping takes long. We are trying to find a balance and create that really nice shape for them, so it is going to take time, and that's okay. Do this a little bit up here. I'm gonna come front and check. Okay, this one, it's a little bit longer than I want. Okay. Going to darken this. And this one, this is going to come a bit more up. Okay, so I'm gonna check, get my phone, check how everything is looking. Okay, so the tails are looking good, arch is looking good. The front here, it's looking slightly more curved. Okay, open, open, open. This is getting a little tricky. Okay, let's wipe this off. Okay, good, open. Okay, that looks a lot more better. And on this side, we're going to get this up. Open your eyes. Okay. Okay, so we're gonna have her take a look and see how she feels about the shape. Take a look here.
It looks really nice. Very symmetrical.
right? And here, this is what we're going to be doing. We had already discussed on how high this one sits and how low this sits right here. Go take a look, yeah. So we have to fill in a bit more here, and you see how much hairs this one has. So we're gonna fill in the top right here, okay? And the front we're gonna start as how your brows start.
Yes, I see.
And the tail we're just extending a little bit so it's more tapered. Same thing here, more tapered.
Yeah. I never knew how uneven my brows were.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's great.
All right, so she is happy with the shape, so we're gonna move on with the sketching.